we talked about Omnism. And Omnism, I'm an omnist. It's the belief in a transcendent purpose. So it's a singular thing that everybody can get their heads around. Everybody can come on board with. It's a vision, it's a mission, it's a purpose. And the vision that I have been shown from the nine, and these are a group of beings that I communicate in real time with, and it's a two-way, it's a transmission that I decode, and I'm able to bring out into human language. That it's I just lost my train of thought. I went sideways. Yes, they reminded me that I went sideways. Let's come back into that. This sometimes happens. Omnism, thank you. Omnism. A transcendent purpose. And the transcendent purpose that was communicated to me was the idea that humans are we're not just intended to survive, we're meant to thrive. And we're meant to be on the pathway of infinity. So there's going to be a point where we reach out into the stars, where we join a galactic family, where we at least reach the level of a grade 1 civilization. And there are certain requirements that we have to reach as a species to get there. But once we do, we kind of go into that Star Trek future. And that's important because what we're dealing with is the great arc of time. It's a huge expanse. And the vision that we can hold for the human race is that while we are Earth humans, and the Earth DNA is always present within us, that we will one day transcend the Earth and the cycles, because the solar system itself is a finite system. But we are being called to a greater future. Now, they call that the cosmic age. And the cosmic age is running simultaneously now with the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga still has 427,000 years to run its course. And there's a lot of value in the traditions and the teachings and the masters and the mystery schools and all of the knowledge that was brought forth during quite a dark age for humanity. But that information is still there for us to use if we will. But there's another choice on the table, and that choice is we can get with the quantum field. We can actually step back into our power. We can mature and grow up as a human race. And we can stop worshipping the technology, stop honoring the superstition, but really integrate the knowledge of the distant past from our ancestors, of the arcane sacred knowledge, and integrate that with what we're discovering in science. And that's why this age is very much like that. It's all available to us. And this quantum field right now has a pulse that is going through it. And that pulse is a message or a code. And that code is reaching every single living being in the cosmos. And it is a call to growth. It is an activation to evolution, to a greater evolutionary status. So we're being asked to go within. We're going to be living inside out. We're being asked to be transparent. We're being asked to step into unity consciousness. We're being asked to take care of some very basic things on this planet and get those things right before we can be invited to partake in this glorious golden age that is being held before us. And that is exciting because it gives us an opportunity to work through the collective consciousness. Carl Jung spoke about this, and all of the archetypes, all of the shadow, all of the trauma, all of the things. I mean, if you just think about the last 500 years, we've had no end of catastrophes to experience as a species. We've had war, we've had plague, we've had famine, we've blah, 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 on and on and on, disunity, polarity, the misuse of force, the suppression of the divine feminine, which, by the way, we're all divine masculine, divine feminine. This is not having a go at men. We've all been men. We've all taken part in this experiment, but we're on the other side of this Piscean age, this Kali Yuga, and we're being invited to step back and say, right, okay, now what do we do with all this? So we're being asked to look at that, to go within ourselves and to go within collectively and clean up our space, literally clean up our own electromagnetic field and deal with the trauma, deal with the stuff that is coming up. And I'm telling you right now, there is so much coming up for us. And this is why we feel it. We have things coming up personally, things perhaps we've sat on for years that we can't avoid anymore, situations, places, things. But we're also seeing it expressed in our immediate environments and out into the world itself. That's why there is conflict and such polarity in terms of politics, in terms of religion, in terms of how cultures operate. And really what Omnism is asking us to do is to step back and all of us take a deep breath and come back together as a family and get through this and evolve together as a species. So growing up, maturing, owning our stuff and dealing with it once and for all, because that clears the deck for what's going to come next.